family. How are you doing? It's a beautiful day. Very glassy. No wind today. Let's pray that we keep the wind down. Yesterday I could barely work. The wind was blowing me offline. My calls were being cut. It looks very, very nice. So I think it's supposed to be calm. So things were very, very changeable yesterday. A lot of emotional ups and downs. And everybody's been feeling the pull and tug on our energy. I've been getting a lot of emails, and my response to every single complaint is, I feel ya. We're all here. We're all in the same spot. We're all working through it. So you can do what I do, call on the Father and say, please, first of all, detach. I ask to be detached from everything that's going on that I don't understand, that's confusing to me, that's stressing me out, that doesn't concern me. If there's any energy that's being attached to me, I want it to be released, removed. And right now, I'm gonna burn my sage wand. Anybody's interested in getting a ceremonial Queen of Sage white sage wand for blessing or clearing energy, go to my website, www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, SHERRICOLUMBUS. Also, if you would like to have a private reading. Wow, this baby doesn't want to burn. That's interesting. Interesting. When they don't want to burn, I just felt like my energy in the house, I felt like I had really, really lucid dreams. Very, very detailed, very lucid dreams that were very confusing. And the reason that they were confusing, I'm asking for clarity from Spirit today. And if I can't get clarity on them, I'm not quite certain why I've been shown. I'll be shown later. I'm not going to allow myself to stress out because it stressed me out. Because I was shown myself in my dreams. Someone literally mentioned my name. And so I must have either been me or somebody was talking about me wherever I went astral traveling. And they were saying I was mad. Oh, there's Sherry. She's mad. And I thought, okay. And they showed me somebody in my dream as somebody I know from Wisconsin. And I know that's not the person I was being shown. I was being shown that person. That person is a teacher and a traveler. So that person sounds like me. But I was watching that person. So I could have been watching myself. I'm not certain. But anyway, funerals and, which means the end of something, somebody threatening to jump off a building and somebody saying, no, don't do it. Clearly, I felt like the person was going to kill themselves and they weren't going to be stopped. I was worried about them doing something they shouldn't do. So anyway, the whole thing was left me stressful because when one dream ended, another one picked up, and it picked up where the other one left off. And so I asked to be cleared, and I just said, please fill me with a pit. This does not want to burn, but I'm going to make it burn because I need it. Normally, when there's not a lot of smoke coming, there's not a lot of energy that needs to be cleared. So I guess maybe there's not negative energy in here. I just feel the need to get more grounded and balanced myself. So I'm gonna hold this over our cards. Right? Clear my cards. I use these cards for work. So I don't want my cards to have the energy of all these other people. I want them cleared. My crystals are obviously very powerful. Clear my computer, clear myself. Actually, I'm going to put it underneath my feet. Get myself grounded, right? All right, so it doesn't want to burn, so I guess that's the end of that. We're going to go to my incense instead. I'll sit this over here. I asked to be filled with unconditionally loving, peaceful, calming energy. And I'm asking for that for anyone and everyone that has written to me this morning, telling me that they were feeling what I was feeling. So I can do the same thing. You can do the same thing that I do. I have to do it every morning too. If I wake up in a funky place, that's what I do. So do your work, and ask for help at clearing. Right now, I'm being something about a friend of mine has come to light. It came to light a while ago, but it's being brought up again right now, and it's negative. And I just want to say again, I'm very loyal to my friends, and I don't care what you've been through, what you've done, or what's happened. Please don't engage in gossip. Please squelch it as quickly as you can. We don't know all the mitigating circumstances. Even if somebody has been charged with something, we don't know the truth of a situation. Sometimes people plead guilty because they just can't deal with going through the whole long process of trying to defend something that they can't prove. So it's very important that we do not judge another, and we just stay clear of it. Okay, so anyway, I was in this place, right? And I was like, geez, can you just at least tell me what this is in regards to, or, what's going on? And then I was given the most beautiful message, the Grail Knight. And it's interesting because the Grail Knight, I'm going to share it with you guys if you haven't seen it on my page. The Grail Knight is about romance, but it's about illusion and seeking the sacred within another. So this is what I spoke. I had a very lucid and detailed dreams last night, but somewhat confusing all night, which left me frustrated. I'm guided by my dreams, and when they're so unclear, it leaves me in a tough space energetically. So I asked to detach and have my energy cleared. I then asked, can you at least show me what this is all about? You can imagine how my frustration cleared quickly when I was given this message. The Grail Knight immediately popped up in my eyes, and I saw that, and I'm like, wow, but there's so many messages in the Grail Knight, considering what I just spoke to you about. This knight, and you look at the knight, and he comes forward, and he's holding his chalice. He's holding it up to you, right? The chalice is everything that is of worth to him. Could be his own self-worth. And he's got his head bowed. He's on his knees, and his head is down. And it's almost like he doesn't even want to look into the eyes of the one he's offering it to. It could be an apology. It could be, this is all I have. This is who I am. That's what he's telling you. This is who I really am. And I think about the song that we spoke about yesterday. The glass got broke beneath our feet, but it wasn't my fault. Right? And you see right here, what's happening here is there's normally a mirror put up in front of what we see. We don't see the truth or the reality of who anybody is at first. We see a reflection of what we imagine. And here the truth has shone down on this one, and the mirror has cracked, and it's in pieces at his feet. Glass beneath his feet. His helmet is off. He's come back from his own long night of the soul, dark night of the soul. And the light is shining on him, and he says, this is who I am. Please accept me for who I am. The truth of who I am. There is no illusion. So, the Grail Knight is in search of the Holy Grail. But in this case, the Holy Grail represents the perfect partner. But no one's perfect. When we first meet someone, we fall in love. In the beginning, that person can seem perfect because we're seeing them through the eyes of love. That's the mirrored reflection of what we believe. This is the old saying, love is blind. And in the beginning, it really is, because through our love lenses, the other person appears perfect to us. But this perfection is an illusion, and no one can live up to the mark of perfection. My dad, I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and my dad was an elder in the congregation, which is a high, position. And he came home one night, and he was really quiet. And he said, Jehovah's Witnesses are the most miserable people on this planet. And I was shocked. I thought, why would he say something like that to me? That's not encouraging. He's an elder. He shouldn't be saying that. But he was speaking his truth. And he said, because we're constantly being told that we miss the mark of perfection. That's why I'm no longer a Jehovah's Witness. No one can live up to the mark of perfection because none of us are perfect. We are all imperfectly perfect as we are. It doesn't mean when we look at these ones, when we fall in love, we've seen them through the eyes of the illusion, right? That no one can live up to. And the time comes when those rose-colored glasses begin to slip off and we start to see the reality of the one we love, including all or more and more of their imperfections. And people may struggle to hide their imperfections. They don't want people to know what their demons are. They don't want people to know their flaws and the things that they've done. But you see this one, he's holding up his grail, his chalice, and he's saying, on bended knee, head bowed, this is who I am.
Do you love me? Can you love me for who I am? It doesn't mean they're not perfect to us. It just means we now learn to love this one unconditionally for all that they are. And when we can do this, we are then embracing the reality of sacred union. This works in reverse, of course. We may have also appeared to be a more idealized version of reality to the other person through their eyes of love for us as well. So when their rose-colored glasses come off, they begin to see us for all that we are as well. And they too must learn to love us unconditionally for all that we are. Many relationships fall apart at this stage because we feel that the other person was wearing a mask, they lied to us about the truth of themselves, or they hid their true selves from us, because many have tried to do that. Hidden. Some have just gone away because they didn't want to reveal who they truly were, or thought that if we saw who they really were, we wouldn't love them, like this one. And many of them don't realize we already know who you are. You're the one who doesn't accept who you are. But if we can let go and realize that that's not the truth, it was our own love blindness that has us seeing them through rose-colored glasses, or them who believe that we didn't see the truth of the reality of who they are. Maybe all we saw were the reasons why this person, we saw what we wanted to at first, but now all we see are the reasons why this perfect person is perfect for us. If we can let go of the storybook romance with the happily ever after ending and realize that meeting and falling in love, that's the easy part. That's the puppy love. That is not the Greenman and his bride. When the Greenman and his bride come together in sacred union, they've gone past that blush of first love, of fairy tale romance. They've done their work. They know who they are. They see the reality of the others, the flaws and imperfections that make up the beauty of who they are. The falling in love was the easy part. The real relationships require work. And we now, if we recognize that, then we have the chance to find real and lasting love. Can we hold on to the love we felt in the beginning for this person, looking past the mistakes and imperfections the way we would want them to do so for us? Can we accept them as they are and love them in spite of any perfections that are now visible, just as ours are or will become at some time? Because they all come out. And will they accept us for all of our imperfections as well? If this is real, unconditional love, we will. Many don't feel they're worthy of such unconditional love, like this Grail night. The glass got broke beneath my feet. It wasn't my fault. Trying to make excuses. Or maybe some things weren't. It just happened. Because I wasn't perfect. I slipped. I fell off my path. I did this. This happened. I allowed this to happen. I got confused. I was manipulated. I was trusting. If we can't see through the eyes of unconditional love, it's because we are still needing to go through the process of learning to love ourselves. Because we can't hope to love another until we love ourselves. And when we are able to do that, then we're able to look past the emphasis on this material world and are focused on the spiritual world. The number 6 is the number used on the Grail Night. And the number 6 means don't worry or obsess about material items, including money. Worry lowers the effectiveness of your prayers. Fortunately, the angels can answer your prayers if you ask them to. Spirit advises us that no matter what is occurring in our lives, if we keep our eyes focused on Spirit, all else will be brought to us. It's not about the status, the position, or the stuff. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses of this world. It's about something much more important. It's a deeply spiritual soul connection that connects us to our beloved, to following their soul's path. It's funny for myself. It's a true soul connection, and it never even occurred to me to ask, think, or even consider wealth, status, or position. I fell in love with a hippie in a black t-shirt and jeans, having a junkyard sale in the backyard of his friend's place. Never crossed my mind. I didn't even know if the guy had a job, which I know sounds stupid because, everyone has to have a job, but I wasn't thinking about that. There's a very special song that means the world to me. It's called All of Me Loves All of You by John Legend. It's the only song I learned to play on my guitar, in honor of what it means to me. And it's speaking of such unconditional love. All of me loves all of you, the good, bad, the ugly, all the flaws, all the imperfections, all the warts. Just like I would come to you and say, this is me, warts and all. Can you love me? Can you accept me? Because you know what? I love and accept myself. This song is speaking of unconditional love. I'm sure most of you know it. If you don't, go listen to it and see if your heart isn't moved. The love of my life held me in his arms and rocked me and sang that song to me. No, you haven't found someone perfect in every sense of the word, any more than you are perfect. But the one who holds your heart like no other ever has is perfect for you. You were made for me and I was made for you, perfectly suited. This is the bliss that's promised by Spirit, the union of two souls, the sacred blessing. You get to the place where you understand what true unconditional love is. Now, I'm speaking to you in regards, this is a message I received this morning. I know that no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. And if I have all of my flaws thrown in my face, I couldn't stand. I don't expect the ones that love me to ignore that I'm not perfect. I expect them to see my imperfections and love me anyway. Just like my friend who has been through something and who has been accused of something and charged with something and punished with something. I wasn't there. I don't know what this one went through. I do know a lot of what they went through, but I don't know the ins and outs. I didn't have to walk in their shoes. But I can tell you what they did have to go through, not very many people I know could have survived. And so, I don't care what was said, what was done. I stand loyal with my friends. And I don't engage in gossip about them. So don't come to my door with it. And sometimes people are just shocked, you know, and you have a mutual friend and it's like, oh my God, did you realize this? You've got to be really, really careful, because just because something is in the paper doesn't mean it's the truth. I told you yesterday about that man who told a story and he told it to other people and then they told other people and then they told other people. Remember, the judge sent him out and said, cut up all the words and throw them out around the city. And then the next day he asked him to go get all those words. And he said, I can't do that. No, because all the words that you spoke, you spread all over the place. You had no control of how those words went and how much was added or how much was misconstrued and how much damage was caused. Put a cork in it. If you don't have something good to say about something, don't say anything at all. Because you wouldn't want that done to you. First card. We're working with the Akashic Tarot. I didn't mean to start this off on such a heavy note, but it came up right away this morning, so it had to be addressed. The Akashic field we're looking at here. And we got it in reverse, so let's look at it in the upright. It's the Aurora Borealis. I've always wanted to see the Aurora Borealis. My mom grew up, she was born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, on the prairies. And I know my friends back in Wisconsin say that they have been able to see the Aurora Borealis. I never have. I've been back there several times and I was never fortunate enough to be able to see it. But my mom did too, on the prairies in Canada. And it's a pretty fantastic sight. And that's what it looks like. Giant dancing lights. They have it in Norway as well. I've seen pictures of the Akashic, not the Akashic field, of the Aurora Borealis. But it's a reflection. It's brilliant particles that the sun illuminates. And they're millions of miles away. You know, from the sun to the earth to hit this phenomenon that takes place. It's amazing, the power. So the Akashic field, it records everything. All the information, power, and energy and experience of everything and everyone. So when the Akashic field comes to you, the Aurora Borealis rolling forward across that field, they're telling you that there's an opening that you can access
to the records. And you've got clarity coming through to you. Things that you're able to find out. Now, if you got this is going to fall down on it and squunch it. So in the reverse, things are fragmented. Our energy is fragmented. Our energy is all over the place. And that's what we're feeling right now. The energy is agitated, either within us or all around us. I say it's both. With everything that I've been getting from everyone else, I'm feeling this. There's feelings of, and if you don't know why this, you may be like me. I don't know why this energy feels so frenetic. If you look at it this way, it's a rainbow too. A rainbow is a promise of good things after a storm, but right now, it feels like you're in a storm. So you might be experiencing some kind of crisis or grief, or you might be on the end of receiving something negative or anger. I've been shown that I'm going to be having aggression coming towards me, and I have to prepare for it, and I have to walk away from it. I've just been shown this for myself. It hasn't happened so much yet, but it's vibrating around me. So if you have this energy, I know that, like I said, I've had many people writing to me, and they're feeling this energy all stirred up within them. So we need to calm down. We need to get ourselves to a place of peace and calm and center ourselves. And so we start. As soon as we get up in the morning, first thing in the morning, Father, please fill me with a sense of peace and calm. Fill me with unconditional love. That's the first thing I ask for. I grabbed my rose quartz and held on to it, because rose quartz is the most powerful stone of love. And love heals everything. Love makes everything better. So that's why I ask the Father to fill me first with a sense of unconditional love. I ask for peaceful, calming energy to come upon me, because you might be allowing yourself to go into a panic. And when you get into a panic, it's almost like you get to the place where, if you ever had a panic attack, I've had a panic attack. It scared me to death. I thought I was going to die. I couldn't control it. I had to run outside, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was gulping in air, and I didn't know how to handle it. I'd never had it happen before. It was after my mom died, and I was told, breathe into a paper bag, and it was the worst thing in the world. And I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, it came over me. So we need to call upon Spirit to help us. Ask us, please, to help me calm down. And just close your eyes. I am calm. I am calm. I am peaceful. I am peaceful. I am in a peaceful, loving pace. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I've got my angels all around me. I am completely guided, protected, and loved. All is well. All is well. I am safe. Father, please put your arms around me. Put your arms around me. I'm feeling it right now. Put your arms around me. Please. Put a shield of protection around me. Please take this feeling from me. I don't know whose energy I'm feeling right now, but I feel their panic. And it's okay. You're going to be okay. You just need to breathe. Deep, slow breathing. Breathe in all the calm. Breathe out all the stress. You're going to be okay. You're safe. You can start counting down. 20, 19, 18, 17. You're safe. I am safe. All is well. Because you might be picking up someone else's energy. It's like nuclear fallout raining down upon you. It's causing you to be upset. And you have to realize that, yes, you might be going through something, but the energy right now is that. So it's affecting you. It's amplifying things. It's skewing your perspective. So you need to try and get a new perspective. Right now, you just need to get calm and realize, you know what? I'm being affected by outside forces. I am safe. I am a powerful spirit being. I am an angel walking this earth. My brothers and sisters, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Shamuel, Archangel Gabriel, they're my brothers and sisters. My Father, they're all with me. I can call upon them. They're with me at a moment's notice. They're with me before I ask for them, because they feel it. I am loved. I vibrate at a frequency of love, and I am loved. I will hold the crystals of this earth and remember to connect myself and ground myself. I am safe. I send that love out, and I pull that love in. My perspective might be skewed right now, but I will have it clarified. Recognize that if this isn't the upright, but if this is all swirling around inside of you, it's like all of this is going on in my stomach. It's making me sick. The green represents love. It represents healing. Hold that force that's inside, that's spinning around you, that's making you nauseous, and realize that that is the spinning force of power. That is your Kundalini awakening all of your chakras. Use that power purposefully. I will take that energy and I will draw to myself strength and power, peace, calm, protection. And I will burst that energy out. I will shoot that energy out in the form of love. Turn it around. Use whatever energy is going. It's like the eagle. The eagle doesn't run from the storm. The eagle goes into the storm and flies above it and uses that force to push him higher. So take that force, whatever that feeling that you have, fear, anger, doubt, worry, panic, and call that power. Switch it around. Control your mind. The greatest master finds peace in the center of chaos. We don't need to leave this world to find peace. We are angels walking this earth if we connect with our higher selves. And our purpose is to bring peace and love to this planet. And that includes us. So we start with ourselves this morning. I felt that energy moving on. I had to switch it around. I had to turn it. We can all do that. As soon as I started speaking with power and determination and strength, my energy shifted. You go from being a victim to being powerful. I am not a victim. I am not a martyr. I am not a doormat. I am powerful. I am strong. I choose how I wish to feel. I choose the emotions that I express and that I take on. I choose who I'm going to speak about and how I'm going to speak. It's going to be good. It's going to be positive. I choose to shut the door on drama and negativity. I see you through the eyes of love. I see your imperfections and I love you because of your imperfections. And when you are open, like that Grail Knight who stood there and went down on bended knee, head bowed. He didn't bow his head, hopefully, in humility. He bowed his head in loving humility, not because he felt bad for himself, but because he said, this is who I am. I bow my head to the Father. I've learned my lessons. I know the truth of who I am and who you are. I accept myself as I am, and I ask you to accept me as I accept you. I come to the Father. The Father said, you must bow down. He doesn't want you to crawl. He wants you to bow down and accept his love. Bow down and realize you don't have to do it all yourself. Bow down and realize you are not superhuman on this earth. We are angels walking, but we wear human suits. We have the access to power, but we have also the human frailty that we have to accept. And we bow down in humility to accept the help of our heavenly angels and our Father. Next message. Commitment in reverse. All right, well, let's look at commitment upright. Someone's signing a contract. Contract's already been written. There's the pen ready. Roses all around. Everything's happy. This is great. Somebody's making a commitment. The lights are on. Commitment. We've been speaking about this, haven't we? We spoke about this in the weekly reading about the Ark of the Covenant and how it was upside down, which meant there was a broken covenant, which meant there was a broken commitment. So this shows a union, right? This shows a union. This could be someone coming into your life, a promotion, a new job. Clearly you're signing promising contracts. There's roses all around this. You're excited about signing this contract. But in the reverse, there's a break. We've already been shown this. A separation. A contract's been broken or it's coming. The severing of ties. A divorce, a job ends. It could be really chaotic, which is what the energy I probably felt, the panic that I was feeling. Or it could be not quite as panicking. It could be like a temporary layoff or, a trial separation while we try and figure things out or whatever. But whatever it is, it's emotional because upright, it's all roses and sunshine. But in this way, everything's going to fall down. It's broken. Contract is broken. Something has fallen apart. So we can't stop our feelings. Clearly, I was feeling the feelings of that panic someone was going through, the sadness, the upset. I'm steeling myself because it's all coming towards me. I'm reading these cards, so I know I expect something to come to me, and I'm asking right now for strength to be able to handle what's coming to me and go through it and be able to walk my walk and talk my talk. Prepare myself. But whatever this is, if you are in the midst of this or hearing news of this, or if it comes soon, you have to deal with the way you feel. You have to allow your feelings to be expressed. You have to allow yourself to feel the loss, the mourning of it. You're going to feel the difficulties. But you have to realize that is not the catastrophe that you're going to feel it is. Everything ends that is not on solid ground. When there's an ending, there's a new beginning. Something must die in order for something to be reborn. And the loss or the separation can feel really painful. You may feel that you don't know how to get back up on your feet. Like that Grail Knight, he was knocked to his knees. Maybe he was saying, please help me. I don't know if I can go on. I've worked so hard. And it's all fallen apart. It's all broken at my feet. I feel like a broken man. And the Father rushes to his side, and the light, you saw the light shining down upon him or her. We are with you. What's broken at your feet was not in your highest good. We know your worth. Hold up your chalice and let us fill it with light. Go into the light. Let us please recognize what we want to offer you is better than what you thought was in your highest good. Yes, you're going to feel sad. Yes, you're going to be disappointed. But please trust Spirit knows what's in our highest good. Sometimes it's about the physical separating of someone you love. They have to go away for work. Sometimes they go away and you don't know why. I lost the love of my life almost 4 years ago. It's been the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. But I stay on my path no matter what, no how hard, how confusing it gets or how hard it is. My Father said, stay on your path and it will go well for you. We will help you. So maybe you have to travel or relocate for business or personal reasons or whatever. And it's going to be difficult because you're going to have to go away from the people that you love or from what's familiar. Maybe your job requires you to leave where you live and move to another city or another country. And it's scary. You have to remain balanced. Maybe it's you, just like we got before in the contract of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant was sacred. It was spiritual. So again, have you broken your contract with your higher self? Have you sold yourself out for money, status, position, popularity? Have you gone against your own integrity? Have you compromised your own standards out of fear? Have you forgotten to put your own self first and broken your own contract? Have you forgotten to give yourself what you deserve? This knight that kneels before the Father, he's holding up his chalice. That is of what he values. He's remembering what's important. He's fought a long, hard war. He's tired and he's feeling broken, but he holds up what he has in front of him. Maybe that's all I have. Is it enough? He puts his head down. Would it be enough to come to you with this? And the light shines down upon him and says, you are perfect, just as you are. We must love ourselves first. We must commit to ourselves. We must not lose the connection between ourself and our Father and our heavenly brothers and sisters and our soul's path. Is that the contract that has been null and void? Don't lose sight of that. Spirit is asking you for a commitment. They want you to commit. Pick up that pen and recommit.
Have you walked away from something or someone that you love, that truly matters to you? A dream. Have you let a dream die because you were afraid to go after it, because others didn't agree? Have you walked away from someone? Like I said yesterday, that story of the man whose family said they'd cut him off if he married beneath his class or out of his religion. My son cut me out of his life because I'm not the same religion. Did you choose the acceptance of your family over your true soul's calling? This is your test. Spirit wants you to pick up that pen and recommit to your life. So close your eyes and take a deep breath in and ask yourself, what does the word commitment mean to me? And what commitment has been broken? I gotta charge my batteries, and that's a message in itself. That knight is exhausted. He needs to commit to himself. He needs to put himself as a priority. He's been fighting the fight, but he's been fighting for the wrong things and the wrong reasons and the wrong people. He needs to fight for Spirit, because Spirit will fight for him. He doesn't need to fight for Spirit. He just needs to fight for his own path and stay on his path, and Spirit will lift him back up off his feet, off of his knees, and will say, stand. You are loved as you are. You are protected. You are guided. You may not have that job. You may not have that relationship. You may not have all those things or that position or that status. You may not have the popularity. But when you stand in your integrity and you say, this is who I am, warts and all, yup. I got arrested for drunk driving twice. Yup. I cheated on my wife and I begged forgiveness and she forgave me, and you may have heard about it. Maybe there's something going around in the rumor mill around you about you. But just maybe that the rumors that you are hearing about another are not true. There is a lot of rumors that are being spread at this time due to maliciousness. We've been shown that. People trying to manipulate others. You do your own work. If somebody says something to you, you research it yourself. Don't believe what another says. Even if it's somebody that you trust, because they may have heard it from an incorrect source. Please. The gossip is a big issue right now. You may not consider yourself a gossip. It was shocking to you. I just was telling you. But it's damaging. One more message and then we gotta go. I gotta get to work. Ah! Thank you. Thank you for giving it to us in the upright. Because that's a message in itself. Just because it comes out in the reverse right now, that just means that our thinking is out of balance. Our thinking is out of whack. We can flip things back around. We had a broken commitment. We weren't committing to ourselves. We weren't committing to our soul's path. But once we pick up that pen, we can recommit. We can repair any damage that's been caused. We can make amends. We can apologize. We can approach people. We can go to the Father and ask forgiveness. We can go to our partner and ask for forgiveness if forgiveness is required. Look at that. Turn the page. That's what it means. Turn the page on the past. Let the past go. Soar with the eagle above the situation. In this storm, rise higher to Spirit. I choose to turn the page on the past. The past is over. It's done. We can't undo the past. All we can do is go forward from now. You can either, it's like in Alcoholics Anonymous. My friend Richie was talking to me about it, and I know because I've heard from other people. Also, I had 2 DUIs. I'm not a drinker. People know that about me. I was years ago, partied, but I don't even like alcohol. I don't drink. But I do have 2. I have one on my record still. One fell off, but I got 1. And when you go to the classes, because you got to go to court-ordered classes, that you learn all of these different things. But alcoholics, and you got to go to, what's it called? You got to go to AA for classes too. You got to go like 12 classes or whatever. I can't remember what it was, 7. And in there, you sit and you listen to these people who are alcoholics. That's a disease. They deal with it. My whole family on both sides, all the men except for my cousin Garth and my son are alcoholics. All the male members, not the females, but all the men, all of them. Both sides going back. Both sides on both sides. Mom and dad's side. It's an epidemic. People that are broken, people that struggle, they use alcohol to drown their troubles. And they get hooked. And then they suffer.
And one of the things that they have to do is, it's called a 12-step program. And there's 12 steps that they have to complete. And one of the steps is they go to all the people that they have wronged and they ask them for forgiveness. It's a tough one if you do it, right? So that Grail Knight, he's coming forward. And he's saying, this is who I am. This is what I've done. I'm asking for forgiveness. And it is immediately given. So if you are an unconditionally loving friend, someone comes to you, they may have done something really, really horrible. But if there's unconditional love within you, you can understand that they were imperfect and they've asked for forgiveness. Now, there are people who ask for forgiveness all the time. That's their routine. Sorry, you know when somebody's truly repentant. They're repentant when they show it. Put your money where your mouth is. Your works prove that you are sorry. You've changed who you are. Your life has changed. You don't say you're sorry and continue the same lifestyle and keep using that. It's like the little boy who cried wolf. I don't want to hear it anymore. If you were sorry, you wouldn't be doing it. Sorry means I'm changing my life. I'm changing. This knight came forward and says, I am admitting who I am. This is truly who I am, and I have changed my life. Will I be forgiven? And the Father immediately forgave him. And I have my friend who's been through a lot. He said what he's done has been made public. People know it. It's in the papers. It's been gossiped around amongst everyone. No one knows all that he'd been through. No one knows what he had been through, or why the things that happened, or what he'd gone through in his life that caused him to start to drink in the first place. If you had to go through that, how would you have handled it? You don't know what another has been through. Don't judge lest you be judged. So he's gone to his friends and asked forgiveness, and many of them have shunned him. And I said, you know what? That's okay. That just shows you the people that shouldn't be in your life. Because if you're a true friend, they will find forgiveness within them if you have shown yourself to have been changing your ways. Now, you could be someone who is constantly doing this. Yeah, he does really good for a month, and then he goes right back to it again. Alcoholism is a disease. It's a difficult thing to overcome. So is drug addiction. So is chronic lying, habitual lying. There's a lot. You got to look at the root cause of why things are happening and address that. So it's difficult. Yes, it is. But please, if you can't, no one says you have to take that person back into your life if they're toxic, but forgive the situation and detach from it and allow them to move forward in their life. And don't gossip. So now we see the Akashic field coming forward in the upright. So it's telling you all that information, all that power, all that energy, all the experience of spirit from the centuries, from all of your past lives, they are available to you. There are amazing opportunities in front of you, on the horizon. It could just be telling you that. You don't realize what's coming. You don't know. I know something's coming for me. I don't know what it is. I'm asking to prepare myself for whatever it is. Because no matter what form it takes, sometimes it's a hurricane, sometimes it's a tornado. But when things get rearranged and set back down, it will be in my highest good. And I'm asking for the Father to help me with faith and trust. It doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. This could be an increase of doors opening to you spiritually. It could be an increase of doors opening to you that were previously closed. You could be accessing memories from your Akashic records. Your own life force, your Kundalini, reawakening. You could be connecting with people from other times. I do. In my dreams, I connect from people. I have connected with mermaids. I have. It's been amazing. I've connected with people who lived in penal colonies in Australia, where my grandmother was born in Australia. And it was interesting because I didn't understand really what was going on in the dream. It was very beautiful where I was. And the person said, I can see this from my cell. They watch me in my cell. And I looked up the name of the island that I was on the next morning, and it was real, and it was a penal colony in Australia hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And I was connecting with that energy of that person. But it was giving me a message. Sometimes we connect, and the reasons we're connecting are to help us with something that's going on in our life now, so that we can understand
something that's going on in our life now. Maybe someone in your life, maybe the message is that someone in your life feels like they're in a prison where they can't get out. They're in a mental prison. They can see what's in front of them. It's beautiful. They want it. But they feel like they're being watched. They feel like they're going to be judged. Like that bee that was stuck in the window. It wanted outside. It could see it. It was beautiful. But it felt like it was in prison. It couldn't get out. I had to help it out. Maybe Spirit needs to help us out. That's why we ask Spirit for help. That's why we accept the help. That's why we go and we humbly bow down. The Father didn't say bow down so I could whip you. The Father says bow down so I can help you. Please allow yourself to be helped. Allow your friends to help you. Ask for help. That cat that came outside yesterday, the owner, the one who owned it, who could have put a big badass dog collar on it, he was crying for attention. Please love me. I need attention. He asked for it, and he got it. So trust what's coming. Trust the forces of Spirit that are coming to you, that are behind you and within you. Do not feel so limited. Just because we wear this human armor, this human suit, doesn't mean we don't have access to heavenly power and strength. Because we do. We must stop thinking so less of ourselves and start realizing the magnificence within us. It doesn't mean we are arrogant to recognize our own nobility. This Grail Knight wears a red cape. Red is nobility, honor, passion, self-worth. Look at the color of his skirt. It's yellow. The color of the solar plexus, self-worth. I am worthy. I bow down to accept your help. I bow down in gratitude and thanks, and I accept your wisdom. I bow my crown to you so that you can light my chakra up, so that I can understand the truth and deliver the truth and speak freely and be my own free self, a free moral agent, free from the binds that tie me, from the collar that's been put upon me, from the windows that hold me in, from the cages, the prison cell that I've kept myself in. Because mostly what it is, just like that cat was walking the neighborhood free. He wasn't in prison. He felt owned. But you can choose to be free. The universe is ready and willing to align you with all. Look at the lines coming down to align you. Light your chakras up, all the way up, with everything that you desire. They want to fill your chalice. Now's the time to make that happen. Go down on bended knee and say, thank you. I accept all the good that is coming into my life right now. I love and accept myself as I am right now. I love and accept you as you are right now. All of me loves all of you. I stand in my mirror and I look in my mirror and I say, all of me loves all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly. What you've shown me and what you haven't. What I've seen and what I will see. What you see and what you will soon see. All of me loves all of you.